Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between. Welcome to another edition of the Slate. It is the Monday night slate that we do here live on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. And what exactly do we do here? Well, we take a few minutes out of our busy day to talk about the evening of professional wrestling that is coming for us tonight, Wednesday night, NXT, AEW Dynamite. That happens here on Wednesday night. I think I said Monday. Thank you for correcting me, Evan. Right? There's already people in the chat here trying to bust my balls. How do you actually do that? Like it's one of these weird expressions. I'm like, I'm gonna bust your balls, and it's sort of like, hey, I'm poking fun at you. I'm just razzing you a bit. I'm just here to bust your balls. I'm like, that sounds incredibly painful. Like I don't understand the playful nature behind that expression. It's just weird. It strange to me. Just weird. But hey, hello and welcome Evan right to the chat, because we have people here live. Justin Firestein, good to see you. Flow Man as well. Good to see everyone here in the chat joining us live on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. That's always fun. It's always a good time. It's always a good place to be, just hanging out here, getting ready for the night of wrestling. And you know what? If you enjoy hanging around with us on Wednesdays and hanging out in the chat here and having a nice relaxing time talking with like-minded wrestling fans, well, here's a suggestion for you. Here's something that I would propose. Why don't you come and continue this chat with the Mr. Warren Hayes Discord, where everyone basically ends up being. That's where everyone hangs out. Maybe you're like hanging out and you're like, where is everyone here tonight? I can't see anyone. Where did everybody go? Well, they're in my Discord. Mr. Warren Hayes Show Discord. Link is in the description. Right ahead. I can't hear myself very well. And usually that's bad news, because then that means that I'm going to be talking loud to try and make up for the fact. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's weird. My microphone was kind of my monitoring was kind of out of whack. But hey, I am glad that you guys are here. Let's start talking about stuff, because we got a packed Wednesday like we always do. Sometimes on Mondays, on the Monday previews, I have to stretch things out a little bit. But typically speaking, not here. So let's start. Let's dive right in. I think I started with NXT last week. Let's start with AEW this week. They've got, of course, everything stacked up to the gills. Lots of stuff going on AEW. Let's just talk about the main event right away. Eddie Kingston, the Butcher, and the Blade versus Jon Moxley, Rey Fenix, and Lance Archer. These are all people who have issues with each other. I like this. Like everyone involved in this match here has a chip on their shoulder in regards to someone else in this match. Like you could crisscross it. You could do, like the guy with the meme, the guy that has all that in the background, that has all his board with all the connections, the push pins and the yarn. You could do that, but with all of these 6 guys here. So I think that's great. I think it's a really good setup here to get things going. I'm very interested to see where this is going to go. No talk of Kenny Omega. No talk of course, Don Callis, or the Good Brothers on the preview tonight. So you kind of wonder if Kenny isn't going to get involved in this in some shape or form to get maybe some get a little heat back on Moxley. But as it stands right now, this is a strong match. I called it the main event, but technically there's another match that we could also consider to being the main event. But like in my book, in my shoes, in my world, whatever you want to call it, I'm down for this. I'm super excited in seeing what they're going. What I'm super excited to see this match. It's just gonna be brutal, and I can only hope that the Butcher goes into like a flippy competition with Rey Fenix, because you know who's going to win a competition of flips and jumping around between Butcher and Rey Fenix? You know who wins? The fans. Got a bunch of people joining in. Robert Sterling, good to see you. William Davis, hello. We got Sean Taggart as well here. Carlos and Pluggo. Everybody give a thumbs up in the chat for Pluggo. He had a bit of a work-related scare. Hope you're doing good today there, brother. Had a bit of an accident. Hope everything is going well for you. Good to see you as well. Let's see. Hangman Page and Matt Hardy versus the Hybrid 2 tonight, continuing the storyline between Matt Hardy and Hangman Page. Again, you know, the Hangman Matt Hardy stuff it's not doing it for me. And I can't remember when I mentioned this last, but I kind of feel like it's a little under Hangman. I think he should be in meatier, cooler storylines than this. I don't think a feud with Matt Hardy is it for him, unless, you know, they're just, you know, building him slowly into, you know, for a bigger role. Because, man, again, I'm a bit of a broken record, but, you know, a couple of weeks ago at this point, it's not even months, you know, maybe over a month and a half, I rewatched the tag team match from Revolution last year, and I think COVID has, you know, the smaller crowds and whatnot made us forget just how over Hangman Page is with the audience. Like, massive over. It's kind of weird that he's in these positions here. Just think it's a little weird. So yeah, I mean, this is clearly a match that's being set up to continue their storyline. That's fine. That's absolutely okay. It'll be entertaining in the meantime. We're gonna get Orange Cassidy versus Luther tonight. And it's fine. It'll be a fun match for Orange. We'll see how that goes. Again, this is storyline fodder for the Kip Sabian Miro stuff, which again I am completely okay with. Absolutely, completely okay. We are also going to have, let's see here. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Yes, we are also going to have Sting. What? Sting on a Wednesday? What a shocker. He's there. And he's going to be calling out Team Taz ahead of their street fight at AEW Revolution. Wow. What blows my mind? Are you telling me that Sting is going to be in a ring and he's going to talk? He's going to be like, Taz, what did you do to my son last week, dragging him behind your motor vehicle? Taz, I'll have you know that I'm going to have your car impounded, Taz. Oh, again, if this leads to any kind of physicality, I'll be okay with it. But I mean, at this point, look, Frank, I can't be alone here. At this point, it's kind of comical. It's a bit of, it's like they're memeing themselves. Sting tonight. Sting will be there live. Sting will be talking. Sting will have the mic. Sting will be there. And it's like, and I mean, they're not advertising exactly what they're delivering. Sting will be there. Sting will be live. Sting will call out. Sting will be interviewed. But and again, I understand that he's not going to fight. He's come back to do cinematic matches, and that's fine. And I know that week after week, he's not going to be involved, and he's not going to be hitting German suplexes and eating Hurricane Ranas. I get that. I understand, but there's meat to, like, it's a bit of a meme at this point. It has to, in my mind, it is. You know, Sting walking out to the snow, and I don't know. There's got to be a little something here. Just a little something here. But yeah, honestly, I'm curious to see how what they're going to do with what they're doing with Darby at this point, because, you know, dragging him behind a car like that, like they were doing, it's wild, man. It's a hell of an image. We are going to get another match in the North American, US, whatever you want to call it, American brackets of the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Serena Deeb takes on the returning Riho. Big fucking deal that Riho is back on television. No, and wait, no, that sounded wrong, because it sounds like I'm being dismissive. Like, you know, is that Rio's back? Big fucking deal. No, like, it actually is a big fucking deal for Riho to be back on AEW. Their first women's champion. Long reign. She's back. She's a known star in the women's in AEW. An important part of the women's division. Sorely missed, if you ask me. Great to see her back against Serena Deeb, who is still the NWA Women's World Champion. And I'm excited to see where this goes. Parentheses, if you at this point haven't watched the Japanese brackets for the Eliminator Tournament, which are on YouTube, on AEW's YouTube channel, do yourself a favor. Sit down and pop that on your YouTube machine and just enjoy it. It is a treat. It is an hour of wrestling that feels like 15 minutes. That's how great it is. It was a fantastic show. So the first round on the Japanese side is all set. The first round brackets are all done. We're still working on the American ones here. So we've got Deeb and Riho tonight. My prediction, Riho goes forward. I as much as Serena Deeb is great, I don't see why Riho's a star. Riho is a star. She's an important cornerstone of the women's division. She has to go forward. Serena Deeb is fine. She's the NWA Women's Champion. She could have a good match with a sack of potatoes. So she'll be fine. She'll be fine. I really think Riho is going to go forward. I think there's more money in eventually for the brackets ending up with Riho and Britt Baker in the American semifinals than because there's story, there's history there. It just makes a lot more. Yeah. It just makes a lot more sense. Evan Wright left us a super chat. Thank you very much, Evan. He says Riho versus Deeb for the NWA Women's title, please. Yeah, I mean, look, if the NWA really wanted to shake things up a little bit and be like, hey, you know what? We're still relevant, and our title is not just a placeholder or not a placeholder. What's the word I'm looking for? Paperweight. It's not just a fancy paperweight. Give it a little mix. Put it on Riho. That would be really cool. But you know, we're getting the match regardless of the title. This will be great. This will absolutely be a good match. I'm really looking forward to it. And the Young Bucks are going to be defending the AEW World Tag Team Championship against Santana and Ortiz. So there's the overarching story. There's two stories here, right? There's the one with the Bucks and the Good Brothers who are playing coy with each other, really. And then you have Santana and Ortiz with the Inner Circle breakup, which is a whole other mess of things. This should rock. And that's earlier when I was saying, you know, that the 6-man tag might be the main event. Then I sort of remembered that there's this match here, that there's the Young Bucks and Santana and Ortiz, and that could easily be your main event as well. Very, very easily. Could also be your fucking fantastic Dynamite, pun intended, opener. You know, it would work either way. Why would you not be excited for this match? There is no reason why you should not be excited for this match. Young Bucks, Santana, and Ortiz. If anything, this should help to reestablish the fact that Santana and Ortiz are still an awesome tag team. I cross my fingers that this won't start another cooling down period for them, because I felt that they were clasping at something with the Best Friends feud last year that ended with the great parking lot brawl, and I thought that they were going to just push the pedal, give it all the gas, and just go straight forward with Santana and Ortiz. But no, they pulled them back. Honestly, look, I don't know what they're planning on doing with the Inner Circle. Not quite sure what it is. If you're asking me, I don't think MJF takes over the Inner Circle. I think he just wanted to break it up. Just because he could. I don't think he really wants to lead people. He's fine on it. He wants his associate. He just wants Wardlow, look after him, but he doesn't want to manage a group of egos. I think he just wants to break it up because he can, kind of thing. Because he wants to fuck with Chris Jericho. I think that's ultimately what it is. So, that being said, if that's the direction where they're going and they're really splitting up the Inner Circle, I think the number one beneficiaries of this are going to be Santana and Ortiz. I thought they played their roles perfectly in the Inner Circle. They were hilarious. Ortiz is a funny guy. But I think that as a standalone team, there's a lot more. There's a lot more to sink your teeth into here. Like, get back into a real LAX violent mode. You know, I think that would be really, really, really interesting. Evan Wright left us a super chat earlier on in regards to this match. Again, thank you very much, Evan. He says, I got Santana and Ortiz winning tag belts tonight. That would be a hell of a swerve. That would be a hell of a swerve. I'm excited to see how this is going to go. That would be a real, you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think it'd make sense and would add so much fuel to that little fire that the Bucks have going with the Good Brothers too, right? I like it. I think I've gone through everything that's happening on Dynamite tonight. Again, a stacked show. Let's head on over to NXT. Want to say hello to Manny Santos. Our man on the inside, welcome to the chat. Now, WWE does WWE things, and when it previews, when it previews its shows, it prefers to book its shows by telling us, "Hey, you're going to hear a lot of talk tonight on your wrestling show." And there's always talk on a wrestling show. You need to have the promos. That's par for the course. But when all your advertising really is one match. And Manny, I think, pointed it out. That's right. Like, wasn't there supposed to be a Killer Cross Escobar match tonight? Right? There was supposed to be a Santos Escobar Killer Cross match tonight. And it's not on the preview, which is strange. Mr. Fantastic, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. But look, let's go through the preview provided to us by WWE.com writer Jordan Garrettson, which sounds like a PC trainee name. First and foremost, the big talking point, the main event, the big thing. Kyle O'Reilly kicks off NXT tonight, looking for answers after Adam Cole's betrayed. Let's lean into this a little more. Or backtrack, actually. Here's the thing. NXT TakeOver this weekend, TakeOver Vengeance Day, fucking rocked. It was a great wrestling show. I'll talk more about it on the mainstream tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, recorded live right here, youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. I'll be giving you my thoughts really on the show tomorrow. But the spoiler alert, I liked it. I really, really liked it. And I think it's a show that if you like a good, well-paced wrestling show, this is the one for you. And with some great matches on top of that. You know, it's not just all about the music. And one of the things I really liked about it is that the whole evening ended on a good old-fashioned angle. Good old-fashioned betrayal angle. Adam Cole super kicks Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly in the chin. Fantastic. And no bullshit, no 7-minute monologue, no, and it didn't factor into the match either. This was all post-match. You gotta love it. That's how you set your shit up. Perfect stuff. Now so Kyle O'Reilly isn't wasting any time looking for answers after the shocking events of the Vengeance Day. He will kick off NXT tonight, hoping to get an explanation for Adam Cole's actions. Why, Adam? Why? Cole not only dissolved the Undisputed Era's tenuous alliance with NXT champion Finn Balor with one super kick, but he also blasted longtime friend O'Reilly, leaving the NXT universe, and fellow UE member Roderick Strong stunned. What will O'Reilly have to say, and what will Cole provide? Blah, 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 blah. Look, Pat McAfee said it. Kyle O'Reilly, not Kyle O'Reilly, but Adam Cole is, he's dishonest. He betrays people. That's what he does. Personally, I'm down for it. I think Adam Cole is a much more interesting heel than he is a babyface. I think this is very, very good booking. Putting him up against his friend Kyle O'Reilly. Look, we don't talk enough about how WWE is elevating Kyle O'Reilly from just being another guy in the Undisputed Era to, hey, take this guy as a singles competitor seriously. We're going to have him fight. We're going to have him fight in a singles for the NXT Championship, and he can do it, and he's up there. Let's not shy away from this. This is important, and to me, this is the next step in the elevation of Kyle O'Reilly. Because if we get an Adam Cole Kyle O'Reilly feud, which we've seen in the past, by the way, we're heading back to what, Ring of Honor 2009, 2010 at this point, maybe PWG. Like, this is all shit we've seen before. But regardless of whether we've seen it before or not, in the context here where these guys are trying to work their way to the next level of stuff, I'm looking forward to this. There's a lot of people who discovered how fucking great a wrestler Kyle O'Reilly is through his feud with Finn Balor late last year. Anyone else knew that Kyle O'Reilly was a fucking awesome wrestler, but the idea is if you're getting more eyeballs on the guy and people are realizing how good he is, where's the loss in that? Plus, you're getting Adam Cole as a heel back. It's fine. It's fine by me. The only way, the only people, the only thing standing in the way of this feud being great, the only thing standing in the way of this feud being great is WWE. That's all. 2011, 2016. That wasn't too far off. Thank you, Sean. Their best in the world 2011 match. Yeah, see, that's the one I was thinking of. 2011. Okay. See, I was like, 2010, but no. Okay, cool. Thank you for landing that one for us, Sean. Then you want to talk? Well, let's give you more talk. MSK, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez are going to celebrate their Dusty Classic triumphs. The copy is very, very long. Look, these were great matches. I thought that the men's Dusty Cup final was even better than the women's. Not to say that the women didn't put on a great match. It's just, they were both great. And tonight, well, there's going to be celebrations. Whoopee! So there's going to be a lot of talk. Look, here's what I'm hoping. I'm going to tell you what I'm hoping straight out of the gate. I'm hoping that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler show up during the celebration of for Gonzalez and Kai, and Reina Gonzalez just devours Nia Jax. That's what I'm hoping for. That's all I want tonight, WWE. So we're gonna get these celebrations here. Then can Johnny Gargano find Austin Theory? Austin Theory's been kidnapped, apparently. What a fucking good match Gargano had with Kushida. And now we're moving into clearly a feud with Dexter Lumis, because Dexter Lumis has kidnapped Austin Theory. Lumis has been posting stuff about it online. He's been I wouldn't say cryptic because it's been very, very clear, but he's been dropping massive hints that he's responsible for Austin Theory's disappearance. So we're clearly moving into Lumis for the U.S. title. I don't know. I really, really think I think Kushida should have won the belt. Again, I'll talk about this more tomorrow. Focus on this. See, this is the stuff that just grits my teeth a little bit when it comes to NXT, because the main issue I have with this specifically right here is that it's too many storylines for what it's worth. It's a title. You shouldn't have to have these super elaborate storylines around a title. The title is the storyline itself. You're the champion, you get challengers. The challengers want to be champion. Why do they want to be champion? Because they get a bigger cut of the money. They get more money after a fight when you're a champion. So like I said earlier, the only thing standing in WWE's way to making great things is WWE. And we're going to get Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon taking on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell from The Way. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon came this close to making history instead of following Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai in the finals of the Dusty Classic NXT Token of Vengeance Day. They'll look to get back on track tonight on NXT as they face Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell of The Way. There's likely no love lost between these women as Blackheart and Moon, blah, 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 blah. So yes, there's history. There's history behind this this match here. Ember and Shotzi both have issues with Candice. It's fine, I kind of feel like this is going to be fodder for something though. And no talk of Io Shirai, your women's champion. No talk of Finn Balor. Like, I get it, but man, it feels like slim pickings sometimes on NXT. And really weird that the Killer Cross, not Pablo, but Santos Escobar match has been canceled. And yeah, is LA Knight gonna show? LA Knight! Yeah! We're gonna find out in a few minutes, folks, as as the shows start in just a few seconds. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. Join me at the Mr. Warren Hayes Show tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Join us in the Discord to watch it live with us. Links in the description. Goodbye. Thank you for coming.